All right. So you're thinking about building a web app.
Okay.
And you keep hearing about these MERN Stack developers.
Yeah.
But what does that even mean?
Right.
How do you even...
Yeah, how do you find...
Yeah, how do you find the right one for your project?
Right.
Well, that's where this deep dive comes in. Mm-hmm. We're answering those frequently asked questions about MERN Stack developers.
Okay.
And we've got some great insights from theperfectdeveloper.com to help us out.
Great.
By the way, if you're ready to start your search right now,
okay,
they have a super helpful 5 questions tool on their site.
Oh, cool.
Just go to theperfectdeveloper.com and give it a try.
All right. Yeah.
Now, let's get down to the basics.
Sure.
You give us a quick breakdown of what a MERN Stack developer actually is.
Of course. A MERN Stack developer is essentially a full-stack developer who specializes in a particular set of technologies.
Okay.
The MERN stands for MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js. These are the building blocks they use to create web applications.
So instead of needing separate people for the front end, what the user sees, and the back end, the behind-the-scenes stuff, a MERN Stack developer can handle the whole thing.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
They're like the one-stop shop for web development.
Okay.
Think about a feature.
Okay.
Like user login, for example.
Okay.
A MERN Stack developer can design the login form you see on the screen with React.js, then use Express.js and Node.js to build this system that verifies your password and gives you access to your account, all while storing that data securely in MongoDB.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So what makes them different from other full stack developers? I mean, there are tons of different technologies out there.
What makes MERN Stack developers unique is their focus on JavaScript.
Okay.
They use it across the entire application from front to back, which leads to a more cohesive and streamlined development process.
Okay.
Like speaking one language throughout the entire project, which can really speed things up.
And speaking of speed, I bet there are some serious advantages to hiring a MERN Stack developer, right?
Definitely.
Okay.
One of the biggest benefits is efficiency.
Okay.
Since one person understands the entire system, there's less back and forth and potential for miscommunication. Plus, using JavaScript everywhere makes it easier to maintain and scale the application as it grows. It's also often more cost-effective to hire one skilled MERN Stack developer than a bunch of specialists for each part of the stack.
It's kind of like finding a contractor who can handle the plumbing, electrical, and carpentry all in one,
Exactly.
You save time, money, and headaches.
Exactly.
Now, I know a lot of people are probably wondering just how much does it cost to hire one of these multi-talented developers?
Yeah,
that's the million-dollar question. Fill us in.
Well, like most things, it depends.
Okay.
Salary varies based on experience, location, and whether you're hiring full-time, part-time, or freelance. For example, a senior MERN Stack developer in the U.S. might earn between $120,000 and $180,000 per year.
Wow.
While a junior developer in Eastern Europe might be closer to $40,000.
So there's a pretty wide range.
Yeah.
I guess it's all about finding the right fit for your budget and project needs.
Exactly. And that's where theperfectdeveloper.com can really help.
Oh, cool.
They have a huge network of vetted developers from all over the world. So you can compare rates and experience levels to find the perfect match.
So you've got options.
Yep.
But let's break down the different hiring models a bit more.
Okay.
When would someone choose full-time? Part-time or freelance?
Full-time is ideal for long-term projects that require ongoing development and close collaboration. It's like building a core member of your team.
Okay, got it.
Part-time is a more flexible option if you have sporadic needs, like occasional updates or smaller features. And freelance is perfect for short-term tasks or one-off projects.
Got it.
Yep.
So full-time is like hiring a dedicated chef. Part-time is like having someone come in to cater your events now and then.
Yeah.
And freelance is like calling in a specialist for a specific dish.
That's a good way to put it.
Okay.
But then there's another big question.
Okay.
Should you build an in-house team? Or outsource the development altogether?
Yeah, that's a tough one. I've actually gone back and forth on that myself.
Okay.
I mean, building an in-house team gives you more control.
Yeah.
But it also comes with a lot of overhead. Outsourcing can be more cost-effective up front. But then you have to worry about things like communication and managing remote teams.
You've hit the nail on the head.
Okay.
There are definitely pros and cons to each approach.
Okay.
It really depends on your specific needs and priorities.
I'm guessing theperfectdeveloper.com can help with that decision too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They can connect you with individual developers or entire outsourcing agencies.
Okay.
Depending on what you're looking for.
Okay, so we've covered the basics of what a MERN Stack developer is.
Right.
Different hiring models and some of the cost considerations. But what about the skills themselves?
Okay.
What should you actually be looking for when you're evaluating candidates?
Right. Well, you definitely want someone who's fluent in the MERN technologies themselves.
Okay.
MongoDB, Express.js, React.js, and Node.js.
Right.
But strong fundamental web development skills are just as important. They need a solid grasp of HTML, CSS, and a deep understanding of JavaScript.
So it's like you can have all the fancy tools, but you still need to know how to use a hammer and nails.
Precisely.
Okay.
And experience with RESTful APIs is crucial.
Okay.
These are essentially the messengers that allow different parts of the application to talk to each other.
So if a user submits their login info, the API is what carries that data to the back end for verification.
You got it.
Okay.
And for managing code changes and collaborating effectively, they absolutely need to be comfortable with Git, like a version control system.
Okay, so that's the technical side.
Yeah.
But what about those all-important soft skills?
Right.
I imagine those are crucial too, right?
Absolutely. Technical expertise is only half the equation.
Right.
You need someone who can problem solve, think critically, communicate effectively, and work well within a team.
Because even the most brilliant code is useless.
Exactly.
If no one understands it.
Right.
Or if the developer can't collaborate with others to implement it.
Exactly. And the ability to adapt is key.
Yeah.
The tech world moves fast.
Right.
So you want someone who's eager to learn new things and can roll with the punches.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you've got a stack of resumes.
Okay.
And you're ready to start the hiring process.
Right.
What are the key steps involved in actually evaluating a MERN Stack developer?
It usually starts with resume screening, looking for relevant experience projects they've worked on, and maybe certifications.
Okay.
But you don't want to stop there.
Right.
Reviewing their portfolio is essential. Actually see the applications they've built, understand how they approach problems, and get a sense of their coding style.
It's like checking out a chef's past dishes before you hire them for your restaurant.
Perfect analogy.
Okay.
And then, of course, you'll want to have technical interviews to really dig into their MERN Stack knowledge and problem-solving skills. Don't be afraid to give them a small coding challenge that simulates a real-world scenario.
So you're not just asking them to recite facts. You're making sure they can actually cook, so to speak.
Exactly. But don't forget about the behavioral interview. This is where you assess those crucial soft skills. Communication, teamwork, problem solving to make sure they're not just a coding machine, but a well-rounded individual who fits your team culture.
Okay, so it's a multifaceted process. Looking at their experience, seeing their work, testing their technical chops, and making sure they're a good human to work with.
Exactly.
But where do you actually find these talented individuals?
Luckily, you have a lot of options these days.
Okay.
Traditional job boards like LinkedIn, Indeed, and Glassdoor are great for reaching a broad audience.
Those are the usual suspects.
Yep.
But what if you're looking for something more specialized?
Okay.
Say for freelance talent or maybe a pre-vetted team.
Then you might explore freelance platforms.
Okay.
Like Upwork TopTal or Fiverr.
Okay.
These connect you with independent developers worldwide, often with very specific skill sets.
Okay.
And if you need a whole team rather than just one developer, outsourcing agencies can be a fantastic option.
Okay.
They handle recruiting and managing a dedicated development team for you.
Okay.
Which can be a huge time saver.
That sounds almost like having a talent agency for developers.
Right.
But with all these options, how do you actually ensure quality and timely delivery?
Right.
Especially when working with remote teams or freelancers? that can feel a bit like a leap of faith sometimes.
It definitely can be.
Yeah.
The key is to set crystal clear expectations from the start.
Okay.
Define the project scope meticulously. Outline specific deliverables and set realistic deadlines.
Right.
Don't be afraid to get granular. The more specific you are, the better.
So it's like having a detailed blueprint for your project.
Exactly. Yeah. Leaving no room for misinterpretations.
Right.
And communicate regular check-ins, whether they're weekly calls, daily stand-ups, or even just quick messages. Are vital for keeping everyone on the same page.
Right.
Using a shared project management system like Trello or Asana can also help keep things organized and transparent.
That makes sense.
Yep.
So it's a combination of clear expectations, proactive communication, and the right tools to keep everything on track.
Precisely.
Okay.
And don't underestimate the power of code reviews.
Right.
Having another set of eyes on the code can catch errors early and ensures quality standards are met.
Right.
Tools for performance monitoring can also be invaluable, giving you insights into how the application is running and helping you identify potential bottlenecks before they become major issues.
So it's kind of like having a project manager, a quality control expert, and a tech support team all rolled into one.
Yeah.
Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind everyone about the fantastic resource we mentioned earlier.
Right.
If you're serious about finding the perfect MERN Stack developer, theperfectdeveloper.com can make your life a whole lot easier.
They really can. They've streamlined the entire process. From understanding your needs to connecting you with the right talent.
And don't forget to check out their 5 questions tool.
Right.
It's a super simple way to get started.
Yeah.
And can point you in the right direction, whether you need a freelancer, a full-time expert, or even a whole development agency.
Exactly.
So head over to theperfectdeveloper.com and take those 5 questions.
Yeah.
You might be surprised at how easy it can be to find the right developer for your project.
And with MERN Stack development constantly evolving, it's more important than ever to have the right partner to guide you.
Absolutely. It's fascinating to think about how this role will continue to evolve.
Right.
I mean, with things like AI integration and new technologies popping up all the time. What does the future hold for MERN Stack developers?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
It's a fast-paced field, that's for sure.
Right.
One thing we're already seeing is the increasing integration of AI and machine learning into web applications. MERN Stack developers who can incorporate these technologies will be in high demand.
So it's not just about building websites anymore. It's about building intelligent websites.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Think about things like personalized recommendations, chatbot integration, and predictive analytics. These are all powered by AI and machine learning. And MERN Stack developers are on the front lines of making it happen.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So for someone who's thinking about hiring a MERN Stack developer, how can they make sure?
Yeah. How can they make sure?
Yeah. How can they make sure they're finding someone who's ready for these future challenges?
It's all about looking for those who are committed to continuous learning. Check if they're involved in open source projects, attending industry conferences, or experimenting with new technologies in their spare time. That shows they're passionate about staying ahead of the curve.
So it's not just about what they know today. It's about their willingness to learn tomorrow.
Absolutely. And that's something theperfectdeveloper.com really emphasizes. They go beyond just matching skills. They help you find developers who are truly passionate about their craft and excited about the future of web development.
That's awesome. Well, I think we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
We've talked about what a MERN Stack developer is, the different hiring options, the essential skills to look for, and even what the future might hold for this in-demand role.
Absolutely.
If you're feeling ready to take the next step. And find the perfect MERN Stack developer for your project. Don't forget to check out theperfectdeveloper.com.
Great resource.
And remember to try their 5 questions tool.
Yes, good tool.
It's a quick and easy way to get started, and will point you in the right direction.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of MERN Stack developers.
It was a pleasure.
We hope you found it insightful and helpful.
I hope so too.
Until next time, keep learning.
Keep learning.
Keep building.
Start building.
And keep innovating.